Am I heard? Maybe? Possibly? Yes? Am I up? Am I? Hey, sweet. We're here. Hello, hello. Give me a shout out if you can hear me. Oh, I'm a little early. I'm a minute early. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me okay. Yeah? Yeah? Someone has me on a TV. Oh, that's a little scary. I should probably stand further away. Like there. You don't see the wrinkles. Oh, that's 7 o'clock.
Can I read for you?
Yeah, I can kind of read it, sort of. But okay. Welcome to the celebration, everybody. I wish I had a hat. Like a party hat and just imagine I'm wearing a party hat. It seems like the consensus was to cook in a live stream, so that's what I'm doing. I forgot to turn my oven on. Okay, hold up. I have to turn my oven on. Hold up. I meant to do that before and I totally forgot. Okay. Woo, it's going fast. Holy smoly. Okay, Dave's gonna have to read it for me because it's like, I can't read it. Okay, hello everybody.
People from Wales, people from Arizona.
Wales?
People from Hawaii.
What time is it in Wales?
It's
Good
2
grief.
in the morning.
Good night. Go to sleep. This is not worth your time.
San Diego, California.
Okay.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay, tonight we're going to be cooking rosemary goat cheese biscuits. Okay, I had some goat cheese in my fridge and I could have just eaten it with a spoon, but that's probably not a great idea. So I decided to make these biscuits. I had them at my dad's house a few weeks ago and they are so good. So we are going to make them today. After this stream is over, I will link the recipe down below for you. I don't think I can do that while this is going. Rosemary goat cheese biscuits. The website is Baker by Nature. That's what we're doing. So, if there's any questions, Dave,
So
shout
you
out
might
to
want
me.
to just tell them again one more time what we're cooking.
Oh, what we're cooking. We are cooking rosemary goat cheese biscuits. Rosemary goat cheese biscuits. That's what we're cooking. So, oh, my nose is itchy, but I just washed my hands. Okay, I don't want to like mess up my hands. Okay, I have 2 cups of flour in my mixing bowl here. And if there's a question, shout it out to me.
I will.
It's like, it's going so quickly.
I know, I'm trying to keep up.
Hello, everybody!
I'm trying to keep up as best as I can.
it's a little nuts. Okay, we're gonna add baking powder right there. You sure this is baking powder?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm positive
I
it's
don't-
baking powder.
I don't want to accidentally do baking soda. Okay, there we go. Baking powder. 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Ooh. And salt. I'm not fancy here. We just use regular cheapy salt. 'Cause I'm on a budget.
They all love your shirt.
Oh, yeah.
They want to know where you got it.
It's potential merch coming. I'm still working on the layout. It's very wide. It's like almost in my armpits, right? And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. So, wait, what am I doing? There's too much going on. I can't focus.
So don't focus on that. Let me talk.
Okay, you talk for me while I don't mess this up, okay? Because I'll be very sad if I waste all this yummy goat cheese. Okay, salt. And half a teaspoon of pepper. Freshy pepper?
Where's your pepper?
Say when. Okay, what are the questions, Dave? You got any?
Well, they're just commenting about how much they love your shirt and now my shirt.
Also, potential merch coming for Father's Day or Mother's Day or Mother's Day? Father's Day. I don't know. Now, you're supposed to use an
You got
entire...
you get a super chat from Christina Matheson.
I did? Oh, thank you so much.
She's from Australia.
Fantastic. Down under. Now that's a knife. Shrimp on the bobby. That's about all I got. Okay, you're supposed to use an entire 1/4 cup of fresh rosemary, but I don't have any fresh rosemary. So we're using dried rosemary and way less instead.
Can you make this with other cheese?
Potentially.
Someone mentioned mozzarella.
Yeah, maybe. Mozzarella is very wet, right? Goat cheese is not so wet. So there's actually not that much butter in this. You know, only this much, which is not a lot for biscuits. But it's almost like the goat cheese acts as the butter. Maybe a drier cheese.
So, Singing in the Rain would like to know, how many marathons have you run?
Okay, I have run 3 full marathons. How many half marathons? 10? 13? 15? I've lost count.
Yeah.
I've lost count how many half marathons I've done.
3 marathons?
3 full marathons, and I can't remember how many.
So name the marathons.
Okay, my first one was the Fort Worth Marathon in Texas. My second one was the Revel Big Cottonwood in Utah. And my third was the Sojo Marathon, also in Utah, South Jordan Marathon. Those are my 3. Every time I do one, I'm like, wow, this hurts a lot. Why am I doing this? I'm kind of trying to read those, but I'm...
What are you making? Can you say it again?
Yes, I'm making rosemary goat cheese biscuits. That's what I'm making.
And how high is the oven?
400. The oven is at 400. So next we're gonna, I have all my dry ingredients right here. And I'm gonna grate my butter. With this. Well, I mean, not like that, but with that. That's so weird. Grate it like this.
Do you give away homemade candy on Halloween?
Just to force people to like me? Is that what you're... Listen, I am not like Monica, okay? I only have 2 hands. I sure sounded like her, nice and shrill.
How did you get into marathons? How did you get interested in doing marathons?
How did I get interested in marathons? I've always been a little crazy. Veronica, thank you so much. That's so not necessary, but I really appreciate it. It's going to help the kids move out of the house before they're 30. I can send them to college. Okay, Veronica says, binge watching you from
Lloydminster, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Which is really funny.
That's where Dave's mom's from.
She's from North Battleford.
Yeah, North Battleford. I've been there. It's little. Love your family. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, the running. Okay, here's what happened. 10 years ago, I was like, man, I wish I could have runner's legs. Okay. And I'm a little stubborn. So I decided that I could go be a runner, and then I could have runner's legs. And I started the Couch to 5K program and quit about 3 weeks in because it was too hard. That first day of me running, I've told this story before, but there's a lot of new people, so I'll tell it again. That first day running is like 60 seconds of jogging and 2 minutes of walking, right? And you do that like 6 times. 60 seconds of running, 1 minute, that's it. And I did it, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die. I couldn't breathe. I felt like my heart was gonna explode out of my ears. My legs felt like bricks, moving through tar, and I hated every second. Sweat in my eyeballs, the world was blurry, it was horrible. So after 3 weeks, I quit. Fast forward about 6 months later, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty stubborn, so I'm gonna try again. Butter is annoying sometimes because it like melts so quickly on your hands, you know what I'm saying? Get off! So if I was recording a video I could edit, I'd probably take that out. Crap. Anyway, the second time, thank you so much. From Japan, fantastic. One of my best friends was just in Tokyo, like yesterday. It was a layover. She was going to Thailand, but still, she was just there. Okay, the running.
Before we get to it, because I got lots of other questions.
You got here. Oh, the questions are backing up. I'm sorry. Okay, basically, I got to the point where I could do 2 miles. It was the hardest, most worst thing in my life. But I was so stubborn, I wasn't going to give up because I wanted those legs. You know what I'm saying? I carry most of my fat in my legs, so I always tried to have like thin, muscular legs, and I have yet to be successful at that. But I did get to the point where I could do 2 to 3 miles, and then a girl moved into my neighborhood, and I met her, and she was like, "Oh, I'm a runner," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm looking for a running buddy." And I said, "Oh, me too. How fast do you run?" And she goes, "Oh, I run a 10-minute mile." And I said, "Perfect. I run a 10-minute mile." So we went to run together. She does not run a 10-minute mile. I don't know why she said that. This is for Teresa, who is actually the one who's just in Japan. A big part of why I ever did a marathon or a half marathon or a triathlon in the first place was because of my friend Teresa, who always convinced me that I could do it. Even when I was like, "This sucks. I can't sleep because my legs ache so bad." Teresa was the one. She was like, "You can do it. If you can do 3 miles, you can do 6 miles. If you can do 6 miles, you can do 13 miles. And she was there that day I did my first half marathon. She was there the day I did my first triathlon. And she was there the day I did my first marathon. Teresa's the best. Everyone should have a Teresa in their life. Sorry, next question.
Do you have a favorite Southern dish you like to eat and or make? There's too many to name.
There's too many.
And where do we start? Gumbo? Jambalaya?
Do you go Louisiana or do you go like fried chicken?
Fried chicken?
What area?
Po' boys?
Oh, I like shrimp po' boys. I like to eat those. I don't like to make those. I don't know. Why? Why are you asking me? Oh, biscuits and gravy. Homemade biscuits and gravy with like spicy sausage. Ooh, that is good. So good.
Awesome.
I don't know. Bluebell ice cream. Oh, Dave, you need to do the 10-calorie challenge.
10-calorie challenge.
Sorry, 10K.
10,000 calorie challenge.
Calorie challenge. Yes, you do it. Is Jen in here? Did I miss her? Is Jen in here?
I don't know. I'm having a hard time keeping up.
I
Yes,
know.
Jen is in here. She can run a 25-minute mile. She says.
Yeah, me too. That first day. Ooh, that was. You could roll me a 25-minute mile. That's the way it was.
So I had a couple of interesting ones. One was like, how do you feel? Do you ever worry about processed foods?
Sure. Not when I'm eating them. Yeah, when I'm feeling like.
The majority of the time, we don't eat them.
Yes, I would say that's a misconception maybe with like the Ibotta stuff because you definitely see me buy like cereal and you can't call it breakfast, right? That stupid Hershey Kisses chocolate cereal, that's not breakfast. That's dessert. That's cookies. We eat some processed stuff, but I cannot remember the last time I bought a box of macaroni and cheese, right? When did I buy macaroni and cheese? How often do I buy ice cream? Haley, get in here. How often do I buy ice cream? Just real quick.
Okay.
She's about to go to volleyball.
When it's on clearance.
When it's on clearance. So, I don't know, like
Not very often.
once a month or less.
But when we do, it's a lot.
It's like four containers when they're like $1. You know, $1 a thing for ice cream. Then I'll get 4, and then I won't buy any for 6 months. So, yeah, I try not to exclude any food.
Just some fun things. Jen says, can you start an exercise advice series for people like me who are out of shape and love biscuits and gravy?
I love biscuits and gravy too. Biscuits and gravy are the best.
Can you try the pantry challenge?
Wait, what's the pantry challenge? Cooking out of the pantry?
I think we have
Thank
done
you.
that.
Is it Juba? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Ryan will be able to continue piano through the summer. What's the pantry challenge? Tell me.
I think we've done the pantry challenge.
Like where you cook
ourselves.
out of the pantry and don't buy anything or buy as little as possible? I have done that. I did a whole, that's kind of where my channel started. Was that 2017?
Yeah.
January of 2017. I did a video every single day showing what I cooked for dinner that day based on what was in my house. And I think, did I buy anything? Like,
Yeah, not much.
okay, I added the goat cheese. I had like 6 or 8 ounces of goat cheese in with my butter, and it's a little crumbly. And now I'm adding heavy cream.
It's like a cup and just a little over
A cup and something.
3 tablespoons.
Yeah, 3 or 4 tablespoons. I can't remember.
Just real quick, we have Michelle who says, Didn't you guys used to live in North Carolina? The answer is yes. We used to
We
live
did indeed.
in a little town called Bath, North Carolina, which is home to Blackbeard the pirate.
Yes, the home of Blackbeard the pirate. I saw his house many a time. They did not even have a stoplight there.
Also known as Robert Teach.
Yes.
Okay, Amber C has a challenge for you.
Okay.
Atkins keto on a budget. Because I have tried, but I can't do it.
Wait, I just did a video on that. Okay, can I talk about that keto video that I just made? And I did it with Jen, who's in here right now, Jen Chapin, and Gia from Marriage and Motherhood. We did it together. So it's 27 keto meals for $99, okay? And you can do it cheaper than what we did because I did 9 meals for 33, and then Jen did 9, and then Gia did 9. But the thing is, we didn't want to show you repetitive meals of like eggs and tuna and chicken breast because that gets really boring. So we tried really hard to give you a lot of variety. And variety costs more money. But if you haven't seen my keto video, then go check that out because I was pretty impressed by myself. You know what I mean? Because I don't eat keto, so that was like really hard for me because I'm trying to figure out like what to do.
Shannon Weston says, you've been so motivating. I cut my grocery bill from $150 to $60 a week.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. This is very sticky.
We've never traveled to Australia. I'll just say that one out loud.
I want to.
They want us to do a mukbang, which we have done before.
I have done a mukbang before, a long time ago. I haven't done a real one in a long time, but that's, you don't want to see me chewing, right? Like mouth noises, mouth breather,
Yeah.
close talker. I don't know.
Michelle E. made your noni bread, and she made it with jalapeno cheddar version.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
I know.
Oh, I'm going to have to do
I'm
that.
a little jealous.
Okay, someone asked what I'm making. I'm making rosemary goat cheese biscuits. So I have my dough right now. It's super sticky. I'm trying to remember. I've been very distracted, so I don't know if I messed anything up here, but it smells good. It smells good. I'm about to like kind of roll it out here or mush it out or something like that. I need a cup.
Katie wants you to do other bread recipes like cinnamon raisin.
Raisin? How long have you been on my channel, woman? Cinnamon chip. I got you. Actually, I've already done a video on that. The cinnamon chip bread. It's old though. I don't know if you can find it. I didn't do the SEO very well on that. Please, no mouth noises. Okay, no mukbangs.
Casey's challenging you to a pantry clean out and organization video like you did for decluttering your house.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
I can, okay, so my frugal, like my weekly frugal meals from the pantry, I feel like I do that in a week span where I just kind of use what I have. So let me ask, are you talking about doing one video for an entire month to do one video, or like one meal at a time? Like, give me some parameters here.
Well, this is a really interesting question. I'll give you. Some say walking is better because running increases cortisol, causing midsection weight. Do you agree? Fast walk could be better. Do you have excess stress causing weight retention in the midsection?
Yeah, there's been studies on that recently, for sure. I totally read that article on running increasing cortisol levels, for sure. I'm gonna say, I use this answer all the time, but it's true. It depends. Every person is different. Everybody's hormones are different. Everybody reacts different to different stimuli. I would say I'm a lesser stress person than Dave, as a general rule. Like, not all the time, but as a general rule, I'm less stressed than Dave. Maybe it's because he's a boy and I'm a girl, I don't know. But for me, running calms me. It's not stressful anymore. It was that first little bit. So I don't know that you can take one study and like apply it to everyone just as a blanket statement, right? That just doesn't feel right as far as anything goes, because I mean, some people have issues with gluten and some don't, and some people can't eat bananas, and some can. Like, everyone's a little different. So
I'll say that walking can work as long as you're getting your heart rate into the right sections, right? Like if you're doing incline walks, we know that transfers to lots of other things. But I think I'm a little bit more skeptical of that study than
I will say if you're new at exercise and the pounding and you're just worried about it, Yeah, I could see that. Incline walking on the treadmill, if you're doing it quick enough, you can get your heart rate just as high as running can with less impact, you know. So here, I kind of rolled this out I kind of kneaded it into a ball. Can you guys see that? And I'm just mushing it very slightly because I don't know how tall it's supposed to be. I'm trying to look. Pat ball down into 1 inch high. Dave, help me with my height here.
You are still too high.
I am too high. Okay.
That's pretty close.
Okay.
Hey, don't read. I'll read for you.
Okay, but you're looking at this.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I can multitask.
Okay.
What is one dish you cannot stand to eat?
Anything with olives.
There's
Okay.
There's a whole genre for you.
There's 2 things I really don't like. Okay, 3. There's 3 things. Wait. There might be more. Okay. Number 1, there's this like Chinese salad that's with raw ramen noodles, right? And you crunch them up, so it's crunchy ramen noodles with cabbage, and you kind of mix it all together with the flavoring packet. I hate that salad. It is so gross to me. There's got to be a way to make it right. It is nasty. Another thing this is ironic because I just made this. I don't like chicken salad sandwiches because most of the ones I eat are not good. They're bland and big chunks of celery, and they're awful. But I did just make a chicken salad. You'll see that video next week. And it ended up actually really good.
Sweet. Is your favorite bread the no-knead recipe, or do you have other favorite bread recipes?
To eat or to make?
Let's say to eat.
The cinnamon chip bread is probably my favorite to eat. Because I start with 4 slices, and then I'm like, well, that's not enough.
Your half and half whole wheat and white bread recipe that you used to make all the time
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
is one of my favorites.
Do you remember that oatmeal bread I used to make all the time when we lived in Texas? I haven't made that in a long time, but that is very good. Okay, is that an inch?
Seems about
Is that
right.
an inch? Dave? I won't
Yeah,
need
you're
it.
pretty
Yes, good.
That's good.
Okay, I don't have any cute biscuit cutters like Jen, so I'm just using a glass. Okay, wait, let me read the instructions, make sure that's right. Cut as many rounds as possible. Okay. What else we got? Anything else?
Yeah, there's lots. Thoughts on a stepper?
Like a Stairmaster?
Stairmaster?
Excellent.
Yeah, great.
Fantastic workout. Dude, take the stair stepper over like anything else in the gym if you're not gonna run. Like over the treadmill, over the stupid elliptical. Don't ever do the elliptical. Go kick your own butt on that Stairmaster. That's a workout.
What are your goals for the channel now that you've hit 100K? Like, what's your brand channel goals for the
Okay.
next year?
Try.
I should be reading everybody's names, but I'm
should
remembering them, and then I'm going back, and I'm doing the best I can.
He's doing a
Apologize.
poor job at this. We apologize.
I'm about to quit.
He's got to quit anyway. Oh no, we have a few minutes. He has to take Haley to volleyball here in a bit.
I'll take over.
We'll take over. Okay, that's a really interesting question because I actually want to talk about the difference between having 100,000 subscribers versus like basically 6 weeks ago having 30,000. Okay, even 30,000 was a big deal to me because in October of last year I had 15,000. Okay, so even going from 15, I think I jumped from 15 to 25 in about a month because I had 2 videos go pretty well, like 100,000 views, which for me was a big deal. And I was like, wow! So when you have a smaller channel like that, it doesn't feel like a huge deal because there's not that many people watching. It's like having a conversation with 2 of your best friends at like a restaurant, right? You're at a restaurant with 2 best friends and you're just chatting away and it's all good. And then all of a sudden, 100,000 subscribers is like trying to have that same close, intimate conversation with 1,000 people. And that feels very weird. So I'm trying not to let it get in my head and make me act differently, if that makes sense. Right? Yeah? That's probably one of my big goals, like just to not let it change the way I act, if that helps. And I'm trying so hard to like figure out the podcast thing, and I ordered a new mic, and Dave's helping me research. It's a process.
Jenny says she'd love to hear more about our financial journey as a couple. Are we completely debt free? Like, don't even use credit cards and pay them off. Did you have a Dave Ramsey debt snowball journey?
Yes, we had a Dave Ramsey debt snowball journey. You know what? This is like 2 biscuits that I could kind of make into circles, sort of.
Can I share that snowball journey?
You were the moderator.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to spend too long on it, mostly.
I think we can cut it short.
Oh, what are you going to say? Is it going to be short?
Doesn't matter now.
Oh, okay. To make it short, yes, we had a debt snowball journey. We paid off everything in 2009. No,
2008.
2008. About $18,000 over the course of 18 months. At the time, our take-home income was only about $3,000 a month, so it was tight.
But I worked night jobs.
Yeah, we did a lot of like weird side job things. So let's try and list out the weird side jobs. So he cleaned carpets at night. I babysat for a little bit in the house. We worked at Boy Scout camp during the summer. This is when I was like an extreme couponer, and I would sell my excess stockpile at garage sales. I made $1,000 at a garage sale once, and I sent all of it to the student loans. Yeah, so we are debt free except for the house. Now, like, we own all of our cars. We don't have debt for anything.
We're not as strict on credit cards like we used to be.
Well, we never were. We never canceled all the credit cards, ever. Yes, we use credit cards. And I've even done a video or two on turning credit cards for points for free travel. I might do another one that's maybe done better.
I like this one.
Okay, I'm going to dump this in the trash. So
What are the pros and cons of teaching remotely? I'm currently working on my bachelor's and heading straight onto my master's, really looking at online adjunct positions.
oh, yeah. Okay. Pros are, am I totally out of the shot?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, I'm going to put these biscuits in. How long are they in for? Wait. I'm supposed to brush with cream. I'm out of cream. Milk? Whole milk? Whole milk? Whole milk it is. Pros for online teaching, and since Dave does it too, he's going to chime in here. Ooh. I love the students. I gotta say, I really love the students. I love that you can work anywhere. Like, I worked on poolside in the Dominican Republic with my laptop, and I think that's very, very cool. This is a personal thing, but as a stay-at-home mom for a long time, I felt like I was able to build my resume, which had basically a huge blank spot.
It's not in there.
No, it wasn't. Dave, you want to chime in? Pros for teaching online?
The flexibility in the schedule is probably the best thing of teaching online. It's harder because you're trying to figure out how to make human connections. Human connections are really important in an online environment because students feel so isolated and teachers feel isolated. So it can be isolating and lonely as a teacher. It can be isolating and lonely as a student. So you have to use that or be aware of that to figure out how to make better connections. And when you can, you'll be a fantastic teacher. We use WhatsApp quite a bit to connect with our students.
I'll tell you, something I did from the very beginning is I made videos for my students, which was not something a lot of the other teachers did at the time. And I think is what made me unique because I'm better on camera than I am typing, right? I'm not a great writer. And so if you see me answer comments and they feel a little short to you, that's because I suck at it. And well, I would much rather do a video. What do we teach? We teach basically a welcome to college course for international students with English as a second language. So they do a lot of English skills, English writing, study skills, speaking in English, listening in English, that kind of thing. A lot of English stuff. Essay writing, theses, everything.
Why have you guys moved so much? I added the intonation on my own emphasis.
Okay. Hang on. Can we set the timer for 18 minutes?
Alexa, set the timer for 18 minutes.
You just turned all of their timers on 18 minutes too.
I know, I was trying to see if it would work.
I gotta wash my hands really quick. Sorry.
We moved around a lot because of jobs. I was teaching, my first teaching job, I only had a 1-year contract for somebody who was on maternity leave. And then I got ambitious. And that's what kind of kept us moving from place to place to place.
I don't feel like we moved that much.
No.
I mean, we had the one, they probably can't hear me at all over this water. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we just had the 1-year contract when we had to leave. and then we were in Texas for 6 years, and then we went to North Carolina for 2, and we've been here for over 6 now. So I don't feel like it's that long. North Carolina was the shortest. The job there was super hard.
Are you even Southern if you don't use a glass for biscuits?
That's what I'm saying. I'm from Texas. I gotta, using a glass for the biscuits. This is dirty. What is it?
Why do you like being famous now?
Who asked that?
Um,
I cannot say that I consider 100,000 subscribers famous. Maybe 1 million. I would consider 1 million famous. I don't know. I watch people with like 200,000 and I would consider them like YouTube famous. But it feels different when it's you, right? It's hard to explain. I just still, I don't know. I feel like me. It feels weird. I hope no one recognizes me when I don't have any makeup on. I'm looking like a schlub.
Alicia asks about intermittent fasting.
Yeah, what's your specific question about it?
I'd love to hear your opinion about it.
Okay. Hold up.
Intermittent fasting.
Yeah, okay, so there's been a ton of studies on intermittent fasting and the benefits or non-benefits or whatever it is. It's really hard to put into words, and I don't want to be offensive to anybody, but here's the truth when it comes to any nutrition or food studies, is there's too many variables to nail down, like, if that's what made the difference, okay? And for any study you find, there's going to be a study that shows the exact opposite. So if you find a study that says intermittent fasting did all of these, whatever, I lost weight, my cholesterol went down, I slept better, my testosterone levels went up, whatever it is, you will find an exact opposite study that says the opposite things, right? So they're really, really difficult. And here's another thing. With intermittent fasting and whatever other diet you want to pick, whether it's keto or veganism, or I don't know if people do vegan for dietary reasons, it's usually ethical reasons, am I right? Is when you change, okay, let's say you went keto, okay? So you went from eating the standard American diet, and let's call that cereal and processed food and tacos and ice cream, to eating vegetables and meat. It's not just about the vegetables and meat, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You took out the bad stuff and you replaced it with better stuff. And I feel like that's the case when you pay attention to your diet in any way, shape, or form, whether it's intermittent fasting, or you're following calories, or you're doing keto, or whatever diet it is that you pick. I think intermittent fasting can be an excellent way to minimize your calorie intake while feeling more full at each meal. How's that? I don't think it's bad.
Have you tried high fitness?
Yes, I love it. I love it. It's super fun. If you have a good teacher. I've had a bad teacher and it was not as fun.
What do you think Frugal Fit Mom's main appeal is?
Wait, is that a question for me?
Yeah, like what
or
do you
is
think?
it for you?
I think it's for you. Like, what do you think is so appealing to people about your channel?
I would like to think, you can tell me if I'm wrong, that I am authentic and relatable. I am who I am, right? And the people that know me in real life, who have seen the videos, they tell me that as well. They're like, you're the same on camera as you are in person. And to me, that's a big compliment.
If you had to choose one place to live, where would it be?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it because I don't feel like I have a choice. Does that make sense? Like, it's not something that's on my mind. I have more to think about where I want to travel instead.
What was my reaction? Dave, what was your reaction when Christine first said she'd like to do a YouTube channel?
Did I even tell you? Or did I just do it?
I don't remember. Honestly, it was 4 years ago.
Well, I did it for that class I took.
Oh, is that what it was? Is that what the start was?
Yeah, because I had to start a business for this business class, and I was like, well, I'll do health coaching, and I'll use YouTube to send my people videos.
I believe I was supportive and a little cautious. Like, I think I read
Were you?
all the comments for the first year or two. Like, I tried to keep up because I didn't want anybody to be harassing you
I did
or
not get that many comments, okay? So
um,
it's not like it took that long.
do you ever drink alcohol? If not, is it for personal reasons or do you see it as a waste of money? How about yes?
Yes. Yes and yes. Okay, yeah, I don't drink it for personal reasons, but I hate it. It smells bad. Like, this is my personal opinion, okay? So if you disagree with me, that is okay. On the same vein, if you like olives, okay, whatever, but we can still be friends. I think it smells bad. I worked in restaurants, like, as a teenager, and the bar, like, and when I had to serve drinks or open a bottle of wine, I was like, bleh. But I have had alcohol by accident a few times, and it is nasty, in my opinion.
What part of Texas are you from?
Dallas. I was born in Houston, raised in Dallas, graduated high school in Dallas.
I used to teach school in McKinney and Frisco.
What?
Let's see. Quite a few people are from Texas in here.
I'm going to try and get in here and read this a little bit. Is your thumbs up blue? Is your thumbs up blue? Is it blue?
Please tell us the story of Christine's sarcasm when she met you.
Can I just say something about the sarcasm and why this shirt speaks to me before you say anything? Okay, here's the thing. I only tease the people I like. Okay? I only tease the people I like. So, I probably shouldn't say that. Because if I know you in real life and I have never teased you, we're not that close. Hey, you guys live in Plano. My sister lives there.
Okay.
Okay. What was the sarcastic thing I said to you? And then what was the first thing I ever cooked for you?
Okay, so I don't know how fast to tell the story, but I was fast. Okay, we were in the hallway outside of in the PE building of school, and the cheerleaders were practicing. We were waiting for a meeting on personal trainers. So we were getting trained to be personal trainers, and we had never met. The training meeting was like the first of the semester. She was staying with a bunch of people that I knew, and
I don't remember that.
Anyway, we were waiting for all these cheerleaders to get out. She goes, "I hate cheerleaders. They're so stupid."
That is not what I said.
What'd you say?
I may have said they might be dumb, but I did not say I hate them. I may have said something to the effect of cheerleaders.
And my response was, "Well, hi, my name is David, and I'm captain of the team."
Yeah. Yeah, Dave was a cheerleader in college, by the by. I don't know if I've said that in a long time.
I don't think most people know that.
Yeah, so yeah, he was like, "I'm the captain of the team," and I was like, "Oh, Christine, shut up."
What was the first meal you cooked for me?
Was it the
Do you remember?
chicken rice soup?
It was chicken rice soup
And waffles.
and waffles.
That sounds weird. Chicken and waffles. I am Southern. Come on. That's okay. That's okay. How much longer do I have on this?
Alexa, how much time do we have left?
You have 9 minutes left on your 18-minute timer.
9 minutes. Okay. I don't like not having a countdown. I like it on the microwave better. I'm gonna put it here. Oh, you guys gotta go.
I can take over.
No, it's all right. I'm done cooking. I can look at it now. Let's see. It's hard to do this. Pantry challenge. Donating stuff that I have a lot that have. Oh yeah, I actually just did that in Vlogmas. I organized my pantry. I donated a ton of stuff and like gave away a ton of food.
They are asking about what your favorite YouTuber is right now, or your 5 favorite channels.
My 5. Oh, I don't know. I watch not as much YouTube as Jen, but I feel like I don't even watch TV anymore. Like, I don't even know what's on. Is The Bachelor on? Is that still a thing? Who knows? I love Max Tuning. He is so stinking funny. I watch every video of Jen's. Who do I have? I watch most of Hope Scope. She used to live very close to me, but she just moved. Who do I really like? I like, I've been watching Graham Stephan a little bit. And when's my next challenge? Okay, I'm working on it right now.
You will preview the next challenge?
I don't know if I want to ruin it. How could I give a little nod to whatever I'm doing? Let's just say it's really hard. and it's taking me longer than I thought to record it because I had a specific amount of food to cook instead of a dollar amount. So yeah, it should be ready next week. What was my reaction and Dave's reaction when the channel blew up? Dave's was, he's like, I'm so proud of you. Like, I always believed in you. I'm so glad people can see it now. And I'm sitting here like, they're going to realize I'm a fraud. They're going to come and then leave. And it's going to be awful. I was more like, I don't know how I feel about this. And I was also like, this can't be right. I really felt like the numbers were wrong, right? Definitely wrong. Yes, I do watch Sarah from Our Tribe of Many. It's hard to think of them off the top of my head, but I totally do. Her food hauls are the most fascinating thing to me, like, ever. Just because it's so much food, like, it's hard for me to wrap my brain around. Although I do have some neighbors that have the same amount of kids that she does, and I've asked them before. I'm like, what do you spend on groceries a month? And apparently that was not an okay question to ask, so who knew? I think the reason I like talking about random stuff is because I'm nosy myself. Like, I just want to know all the things. I want to know everybody's business and what's going on. Okay, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's saying congrats on the 100K. I, like, literally don't know that I ever thought it would happen. Maybe in 3 or 4 years, right? But, oh, you know what? I have seen Meet Kevin. I like him too. I haven't seen too many, but I've seen a couple, and I do like him. Cruise, we are doing a Western Caribbean cruise this spring, early summer. It's going to be super fun because we're going with a bunch of their cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents. So it's like a ton of family all going on the same cruise. It's going to be great.
I am really excited because we have kind of been seeing parts of our family, but not all of it. And I'm most excited. Wait, is someone
No.
Oh,
Jackson.
who else?
And okay,
Okay.
he's less excited now. Do you want to tell him how your palate expander's doing? He's still having a hard time talking.
I've gotten better.
He's gotten better, yeah. He cranks it himself now, so that's an improvement. Hello from Cheyenne. Hey, did you guys know that your Walmart carries Bluebell ice cream? Cheyenne person, your name just disappeared. So go check that out. What else we got in here? Yes, I am a dual citizen. No, Dave is not, because his mom naturalized and Dave has never lived in Canada. I actually did live in Canada. Oh, Jessica says hi. Dear gum.
Hi.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Savannah's mom?
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, Jessica, what's up? No more kids. I think 4 is enough, right? Like, don't you think? You found me from Our Tribe of Many? How did that happen? She doesn't know who I am, right? Or was it just a suggested, like, after video? Thank you guys. You guys are so great. Colorado Springs. I've driven through there many a time. You guys, that's Garden of the Gods, right? It's so pretty. What was the first meal Dave cooked for me? Okay, Dave does not have many meals in his repertoire, but he did like grilled marinated chicken and homemade French fries, like in a fryer, and homemade fry sauce. His fry sauce is really good. Do I plan to make any workout videos? Not really, because they don't seem super popular on my channel. I do like some training footage sometimes when I'm training for something. Oh, by the way, I signed up for a race. Surprise! I think I'll talk about that later as well. I've been married for 16 and a half years. Soft spot for Ryan's personality and shyness. You and me both. You and me both. Something about the baby. I don't know. You're just like, oh, they're my baby, right? Okay. Have we tried to be vegan? Yes. I tried to do a vegan, like eating vegan for a week video. Do you remember that? It was in the summer last year, and then I had 4 deaths in the family within the span of a month. And it, like most of my videos, fell by the wayside. So I never finished it, but it is on my list to do again. The problem is my family can only eat so much food, and I feel like these videos where I record foods for a week, right? That only gives you like one video a week.
My stuff? Oh.
Anyway, it's just a lot of food to eat. So it's hard to eat that much food. You should do a race, but with subscribers. Like, invite you guys to come do it with me in person. I don't know that anyone would come. You probably are not going to want to like hang out with me after you smell me after a race, because I am a stinky girl. No more kids. Why is that why does everyone want to know if I'm having more kids? My youngest is 8. I don't want to start over. Let's just say that. Sorry, I'm trying to skim really quick. Yes, Tyler and Andrew both did track and cross country. Haley ran on Team Beef with me, which was a sponsored running group, for several years, but not in the last couple months. As far as running with me and Dave, yes, some of them have done it. Do your kids have a favorite dish that I make? They love this meatball stroganoff recipe I found. I can't remember where I found it. And I don't make it very often because it uses like frozen meatballs. I don't buy those very much, but he had to chime in.
That stuff is so good.
The meatball stroganoff, right?
We all love it.
They love it, and I almost never make it.
Have you made a video on it?
It's been a part of a video once, but not like a dedicated video, I don't think. It's not that fancy, but...
There are almost no leftovers.
No, never. They're like, can I have 4ths and 5ths? And do you care if I finish it all?
Can we have it for lunch tomorrow?
Yeah, they love that.
It's really good.
Frank. Oh, that's my biscuits. Let's go check them.
Okay, guys. Listen. Okay. They're supposed to be a little on the soft side and not too brown. I think I'm gonna let them go like 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Alexa, stop. 2 minutes.
And then we're gonna taste test them. Actually, I've already tasted them. Not today, but I've tasted them before. They're so good. I'll link the recipe down below. Oops. But I will tell you again, rosemary goat cheese biscuits by Baker by Nature. Baker by Nature website. Bread in a slow cooker, not yet. Grocery haul's coming up. That will be part of my next extreme grocery budget challenge. It's coming out next week. I'm in the middle of filming it right now. It takes a really long time to film those. Like over a week to film, so I'm kind of in the middle of filming that right now. You'll see it next week. Okay. Biscuits? Yes, I'm making biscuits. I just said that. The goat cheese biscuits. Budget gluten-free week. I will consider that. I think it's on my list because I'm trying to do one every month for the year. Why do I let... Oh, he's supposed to be getting ready for bed. He has other stuff he's supposed to do. And he has some missing homework assignments that he's working on. Okay. Do you clean your kitchen or your family helps? Yes. Yes, I would say I don't clean it ever on the weekend or in the evening. Like after dinner, it's Dave and the kids, they'll go in and kind of do it for me, but I'll do it in the morning and throughout the day. Thank you, I love my shirt too. It just speaks to my soul, right? It's like who I am. Have I thought about making a cookbook? Not really, because of the writing. I'm very bad at writing. I'm like, the thought of sitting down and typing out a recipe makes me... Would you write my cookbook for me? Please. Yes, I have an air fryer. It's a Kasori. It's red, and it is a 6-quart. Ooh. Oops, I need this.
Okay. Yay!
Oh my gosh, they smell so good. Okay, here are the biscuits. Oh, don't fall. They're supposed to be kind of pale in color. They smell heavily of rosemary and cheese. And they're really good with jalapeno jelly. I may have had it like that. And I want to try one, but I'm going to burn my mouth off. Hey, Dave, you want to find another question for me?
Yeah, I got a good one here for you. What's the best deal you've ever gotten?
Okay, best deal ever. Okay, this was extreme couponing, December 2007, Target Huggies deal. That's the deal. There was an unlimited Target store printable for $3 off any Huggies product. Okay, which means you could like print 100 of them, and guess what? The little travel packets were $1, which means you got $2 in overage for everyone you bought. So I had a lot of friends do that deal. That was amazing. That was a great deal.
Yeah, which Canadian province did you live in?
I lived in Ontario,
Yep.
just outside of Toronto, actually.
Let's see. I noticed you're wearing a CSU shirt. What's your affiliation with CSU?
My mom went there for her master's degree, so it's from her. Yeah, I got it. Oh, this is like making me sweat. Worst meal I've ever made. Okay.
Is that one? The worst meal you've
The
ever
worst
made?
meal I've ever made. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
There's not been many.
There's been a couple. There was one I couldn't even eat.
But I ate it.
You did, and I was like, I can't do this. Okay, when we bought our first house, I put every dime we had into the down payment on that house, leaving us with not enough money to pay our water bill when it came in, because it was more than I had budgeted for, and I literally had no money in the bank account. So when I got my water bill, I cried. Okay, and we had a can of like dried vegetable soup mix, right? It was just powdered, and you mix it with water or something and eat it like that, or add chicken, or I don't even know. And it was gross. I think, because I was like, I can't afford to go to the grocery store. I can't even pay my water bill. It was gross. He ate it. I threw it down the sink and went hungry that night. That was so bad. I think I threw that whole can away. It was awful.
Have you decided which subscriber gets the Garmin?
No.
You need to do that.
I do need to do that. Which video was that? That was the declutter video. Yeah, I'm going to go on, you know what? I'm just going to do it right after this is over. So I'm setting a reminder for myself right now to do that after, because you guys, I'm telling you, I forget everything, right? I forget everything. It auto-corrected to Harmon. Oh, man. Okay.
Do you have a favorite Bible verse?
Yes. John 14:16. Does that sound close-ish?
That's one.
I know it is. I know it is one. Ask me another question while I look for it.
Well, I'm looking for other stuff.
Someone asked me what my favorite movie was. There's too many to pick, honestly. I love movies.
Can we just say she loves to watch movies multiple times and read books multiple times?
No, I don't live in Hammond. My mom is from Hammond, and my grandfather taught at Southeastern for like 25 years.
Someone
So
says,
that's the
a
affiliation.
lot of people are saying hello from Southeast Idaho. They're asking if we live in Southeast Idaho.
Indeed we do. Yes. Indeed. Trying to find it, guys.
Christine started her channel in about 2016,
Yeah.
2017, somewhere in there.
2016, I think.
It's been about 4 years.
Didn't do much with it that first year.
We have been to Ashton, Idaho, and I will say we drive through there often
Yeah.
because I love to go up to a place called Harriman State Park.
Okay, found it. John 16:33. You can go look it up. I saw this garden one. Hold up. I hope you will share your garden. Okay, here's the deal about the garden. If I showed you the garden now, all you're going to see is 6 feet of snow. So I cannot show you in the garden. You know, I've never gone to the fair in Blackfoot. I have a lot of friends that go every year, but I'm not a fair person.
I did my student teaching in Blackfoot.
You did. True that. True that. 200K party. I don't know. I think 100K might be like the ceiling for me. I don't know. How many bread recipes can someone really share? Honestly, how many clearance grocery hauls can a person do?
So here's an interesting one. How has my life changed since you started YouTube?
Since I started YouTube, or since I started making money on YouTube? Because that's two different answers. Okay, try that.
Oh man.
Rosemary goat cheese biscuit.
The goat cheese just hit me in the face.
I know.
It's hot.
It's hot.
The goat cheese is hot
You mean delicious?
and delicious. Oh man, those are good.
What is my daily breakfast? Depends on the day.
She eats a lot of eggs.
Eggs,
Protein shakes.
protein shake, oatmeal. Did you ever answer your question? How did your life change from YouTube?
Christine's doing so much right now. It is overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming for her. It's overwhelming for me. We even have a hard time finding like time when we're just together, especially because
We have teenagers
we
now.
have teenagers that are always here.
They want to hang out all the time. All the time.
So I've been asking Christine to cut back on a couple things just to try to balance stuff out a little bit better. Having a balanced life it's not for everybody, but it is for us, and it's hard to maintain.
Balance is difficult right now. There's a lot going on. My sister's doing well. Thank you for asking very much. She's healing. She's getting there. It's baby steps.
Were you ever on government assistance?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Actually, that's a really good question because I probably shouldn't talk about mouthful. I'm sorry.
I'll say something for a second. Yes, we were college students.
Well, I was gonna say the declutter video I just did. I told him our first year of marriage we made $9,000. Our first year of marriage, and that's not necessarily fair because we got married in August. So it wasn't an entire year of being together, right? But we were in college. We had student loans, but we lived in government-assisted housing, which was a huge deal to us.
Subsidized or whatever.
Oh yeah, government subsidized or whatever it's called. So and they calculated your rent as a percentage of your income, and we didn't make any money. So our rent, do you remember, was like $80 a month. $80 a month was our rent in this place, and what a blessing to be able to be there. And then we qualified for food stamps after I had Haley.
I was student teaching, and I had to sign a contract saying I wouldn't work another job while I was student teaching. So I basically had a job teaching, but I wasn't getting paid. And so you were teaching like spinning and.
I was the night manager at a rec center.
Yeah, that was.
So he would get home at like 5:30. I would go to work at 6:30, and I'd be there till 11. But I got paid hourly, like not very much, less than $10 an hour. And so we got food stamps. So I could barely afford to fill my car with gas. But they gave us like $500 a month in food stamps for 3 people. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can buy granola bars. Do you remember that? We were like, we can buy berry syrup. We can splurge. I feel like the government gives a lot in food stamps. At least that was my experience. How do you extend the life of clearance items? Freeze as much as possible. Yeah, I wish she would do more videos too. I text her a lot about it. She's
Oh,
got a lot going on.
how much did our wedding cost? That's a great story.
Almost nothing.
We did that for dirt cheap, and we regret some of it.
I do regret some of it. I gotta stop eating. It's so rude. I'm sorry. Okay, hold up.
So we didn't pay for a photographer. We paid Christine's sister to take our pictures, and she had a big camera malfunction that morning, and so all we got were my parents' point-and-shoot pictures.
Yeah, we had basically no wedding pictures, which is probably one of my biggest regrets. And then I got my wedding cake from Walmart, because it was like $125, and it was August in Texas when we got married, and it melted
In the car.
in the car, like the whole frosting just whonk, like this. So I have no wedding cake, no pictures. I have a nice ring.
Because I took out a loan for that.
Yeah, you did. I borrowed the veil from his sister. My wedding bouquet was fake flowers from a Joann's that was closing. So everything was on clearance. And then your sister and me kind of like made it a little bit.
And I bought your dress.
And Dave bought my dress.
How old were
So, not a lot. It's probably less than $1,000.
we? How old were we?
Oh, I was, hang on, I got a math. I was almost 22,
I was 24.
and you were 24. What kind of class? Why am I eating it? Would you just pick this out of my
I
hand?
haven't eaten any more. It's only you.
I can't help myself. I love it. People ask me if I'd like ever go keto. No. I like this too much.
You pressure can anything. What
I
Dave,
have some videos on that.
what Dave Ramsey step are we on?
6? You have a house?
We're paying off the house.
6. But, like I said, I'm a loose Dave Ramsey, so 6 and 7. Because we pay like $600 extra a month on the house, but the house is at 3.25%. And we're making like 12 to 16% in our investments. So I'm funneling more money over there. So that's not entirely Dave Ramsey, but I'm not worried about the house payoff at this point. It'll get paid off quickly, like 5 years. The good thing is y'all are still by each other's side and looking positive, like in this moment, like during the live. You guys have to make these biscuits. These are so
Would you
good.
stop eating them?
How many have I eaten?
You're eating mine.
Just give me the rest.
Dang it. Did
Stop. You're eating mine. I had like 2 bites.
Did I really?
Yes.
Oops. What made me decide to do canning? I can't remember. Why did I do that? I always did jam and jelly. My grandma did it a lot, so I've done that one for a really long time. I learned to do tomatoes and beans and salsas and pickles after we moved here. Why? I don't know. I
You
can't
got a lot
remember.
of free stuff here.
Yeah, people give stuff away all the time, and I was like, what am I going to do with all this stuff?
Things grow like crazy here in the summer.
For like 2 months.
Yeah.
Another biscuit. It's the same biscuit. It's the same. Get these away from me. We're going to move these out of the way. They're like, the smell is wafting in my face. Okay, they're gone. That's it. They're gone. You're not reading my questions.
Ever considered homesteading? Oh man, but we've watched those shows.
No, he thinks it's cool because,
I want to know that I could,
no, I don't care.
but I don't think I really want to.
No. It's a lot like running a marathon where you sign up and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. And you go out and do it and you're like, wow, this is really hard.
Money saving tips for college students. Boy, that would be a good one. We have lots of students we could pull from. That is a need. I will say we see that on campus all the time with our college students. They just don't get budgets. Not all of them. That's a pretty awful general statement.
Yeah, but I don't know. It depends. What kind of pickles? kind of pickles do I prefer? All of the pickles.
You're gonna buy your kids cars when they turn 16.
I don't know.
Well,
Is Jen being sassy? What is she saying?
we already bought a car for Haley.
It's not Bailey's car.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we bought a $1,000 car. Okay, I'm done. No more biscuits. That was my dinner. I didn't even eat dinner.
No wonder you're so hungry.
I know.
Why did you start your YouTube channel? It was for a class.
It was for a business class. Where's my towel?
Yes, she gardens, not super successfully.
Hey. Get out of here.
It's true.
Hey, my green beans have done amazing the last 2 years.
That's true.
I mean, I grew like 11 pumpkins last year. Or 2 years ago. Okay, now I'm going to have to go back. What the heck did Jen say?
Love how sassy you are.
Well, I do too, but I didn't want to miss it. Stop telling me what to do.
I saw that when I let it go by.
You did? Favorite 90s sitcom? Friends. Does that count?
Home Improvement.
Wait, is Friends a sitcom?
Yeah.
No, wait, Friends. For sure.
Then Biscuits should sponsor you.
I see what you did there.
That's funny.
That is funny. Would your husband want more kids? Because y'all look like, oh, it says great parents. I read that as grandparents. And I'm like, they are not just telling us that we look like we are old. A child that has to pay $400,000 in student loans. Oh my gosh, please tell me they are a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah, they better be in dental school or something.
I have grown my own herbs, yes. Rosemary works really well. It's really hard to kill. Rosemary really is the only one I'm good at. I kill basil every time.
You had multiple questions about saving for the kids' college funds.
About my kids? Oh, okay. Where are you? Question, I can't think of the word. Moderator. Okay. That's a complicated question.
Yes, we do save for the kids' college funds.
You ask an intriguing question. Yes. Short answer, yes. We use a 529. And we've lumped it all into one account at this moment because you can transfer a 529 from kid to kid as often as you need to. So we just have it all in one account. We have put some lump sums in there. We have been saving a monthly amount since 2009-ish.
Yeah, we set that up about 2009.
Yeah. And then if I have another couple of good months here on YouTube, we also talked about just front loading, load it up and let it sit and be done with it. For now, also, the kids are expected to pay a little bit on their own. We feel like it's important for them to have some skin in the game. And because he works for a university, they can pick between 4 different associated universities and get 2.5 years of credits for free. Great.
Just answer one of the next questions.
Oh, good. Yeah, globetrotting. I paid for my own as well. I had scholarships and I worked and saved up money beforehand, and I did it all myself. So I know it can be done. Picking the right school makes a big difference. Like some are way expensive and some are way cheaper, and they got to pick a good degree. You can't pick I don't know, what's a bad degree?
Your first one?
My first one is not a bad degree. My first one is a great degree. Any areas of our life we splurge that aren't as frugal as groceries?
What's so hard?
Well, I guess the silence answers the question. I don't know.
There's places where we definitely put quality. We make quality more of an important aspect, but we still look for really good deals.
Okay.
Like our running shoes.
Yeah. I mean, we don't buy crappy running shoes, but I wait until they're on sale. I don't pay full price ever for them. And I like upgrades in my car. How's that? I like the leather, and I like the heated seats, and I like the DVD player, and I like the Bluetooth. We just buy one that's a couple years older and has a few more miles so we can get a better price. But I really like upgrades in my car. I'm kind of snob about that, actually. Do you think?
On certain things, you're like non-negotiable.
Yeah. If it doesn't have leather, I'm not looking at it. Like, yeah.
Do you thrift for clothing?
I used to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not in the town we're in now. Our thrift stores here are awful. Like stings, ripped, pilling, bleh, no good. What are our degrees in? That's a great question. So I have 2 bachelor's degrees. My first one was in health science, and my second one is in business management. And what are yours?
Spanish education and educational technology and instructional design.
That's a mouthful. Hello from Louisiana. What part? I like Louisiana. They have king cake and shrimp boils and po' boys. Where are you going? Oh, I know what he's getting.
I moved too.
Yes, we do go on vacation with just us 2. Look, I picked this up when I was there last. I haven't made it yet, but I'm sad. I'm worried it's not going to be as good as the one I got from Rouse's that had the Bulgarian cream inside, because that was the best one I've ever had. So I feel like I'm going to be disappointed here. Wait, what did they say about travel? Oh, yes, Dave and I traveled, just the 2 of us. I actually have several videos on this channel about our travel. We took to Mexico. We've been on 2 sailing trips. We have a video on our first sailing trip, or just the second?
Just the second.
We have 2 videos on the second sailing trip, several on the Mexico trip, and a couple on the Dominican Republic trip that we just did, but no one was watching them, so I stopped doing them. Like, I still have footage from a couple of the other days. I just never did anything with them yet.
Yeah, Mad Thinker, it is Spanish education. I taught high school Spanish 1, 2, and 3, and pre-AP 2 for a number of years. And I'm going to be teaching Spanish 101 on campus again this year.
Yeah, in the fall. Got to practice that Spanish. He says he's rusty.
Yep.
Beignets, yes! I had a whole bag of beignets when I was there last.
We have beignet mix in the basement.
I have that too. If my kids did not want to go to college, I guess it's okay. These days it doesn't have the same stigma as it used to, but they better have a dang good plan for what they're going to do.
You're a protein.
I'll show them.
Show 'em, hold up. Got it.
Mad Thinker, muy bien, gracias.
Hey, I feel like there's flour on the floor, and I'm like slipping around.
Sí, me faltaba practicar.
Cellucor. This is molten chocolate, but I've had many of their flavors. They're all good. The Cellucor brand.
It's good.
It's good. It's just good. Their peanut butter marshmallow is amazing. They have a mint cookies and cream that's super good. Standard chocolate, standard vanilla, always delicious. Mixes really well. It's not chunky. It's not chalky. So good.
Kids do not speak Spanish. Haley was in bilingual kindergarten and first grade, and it did really good with her for a while. And then when my job kind of got crazy, I fell through on that.
What advice for getting down debt quickly? Stop spending money on anything at all and pick up some extra jobs.
And Dave Ramsey's Debt Snowball.
Yeah, focus on one. Focus on the smallest of dollar amount and just hit it until it's gone. And then move to the next one.
What large city are we close to? Salt Lake?
Not applicable. We're not close to a large city. Paying down student debt, it was the same. That was our debt, was mostly student loan debt. Mostly his student loan debt. Well, it was his student loan debt.
It was mine.
You just don't do anything, work extra jobs and throw every cent at it. Education as a profession these days.
It's really hard to be a professional educator these days. And I'm not one to speak because I found a way to make a living at it and be involved in teaching and learning, but not being in the classroom very much. And that's helped quite a bit. But it's almost impossible to make a good living as an educator unless you're going to get out of the classroom. And that's really, really sad state of affairs, in my opinion. I think teachers are the most creative and have a lot of potential, but they are typically treated poorly by administrators.
Okay, there's a couple of questions that are super interesting. Do I think school lunches should be free in public school? That is a loaded question. Here's the thing. There's no such thing as a free lunch, right? You've heard that. So if the students aren't paying for it, who is paying for it? That's the question. Where is the money coming from? The food has to come from somewhere, and someone's getting paid somewhere. Where is that coming from? So I guess that's the real question. Will you eventually quit your teaching job and just focus on YouTube? Him? No. I'm about to take a break because the semester ends really soon, and so I always get a break during the summer anyway. I plan to teach in the fall though. We moved for a job. Yes, ship me a king cake, but only from Rouse's and only the one that has the Bavarian cream. Yes. I do have a P.O. box. It is in the description of all of my most recent videos, like in the last month. Protein per serving in that powder. Can you look really quick?
24 grams.
24 grams of protein per serving.
120 calories.
120 calories. Sorry, just trying to check it all. I agree. Teachers should be paid more. It is a travesty, honestly. It's horrendous how little they get paid, especially in Idaho. In Idaho, they just raised the limit like a year ago. It was like $27,000 a year to be a teacher in Idaho. Check it out. They sent out for our school district an announcement that they were looking for some kind of part-time whatever. I get the notifications because I'm on the email list for my kids, okay? And they said that you needed this degree and you needed these qualifications and you needed all of these things, and they were going to pay like $9.75 an hour. $9.75 an hour. And I'm like, I can go stock shelves at Walmart for $13 an hour. It's like insulting. Do you ever do a P.O. box unboxing? Where's my P.O. box stuff? I was going to put it at the end of a video, and then I haven't had a good video to do that yet. Dream family vacation destination.
Inca Trail.
The whole family? Oh, I don't know. That's like a you and me thing.
Maybe in a few years.
Maybe. We'll see. Yes, I have made my own pickles. What if you can't have whey? They have non-whey
Casein.
varieties.
Is it casein? Is that
No, it's
the other one?
casein. It's still from milk. They want non-dairy, right?
It's plant-based.
Yeah, there's plant-based. Like pea protein is a common one.
Protein is protein for most people.
Hannah, I don't know that I understand your question. The thoughts on schools for grade school kids, like private, homeschooling, public. Like, what do you mean? Yes, they all exist. Is that what you mean? Which is better? Is that what you're asking? I don't know that any one is better than the other. I don't have any experience in private schools, so I couldn't say. I've seen homeschooling done really, really well and also not well.
My real life budget's asking me, and she looks like she's Dominican, and she wants to know what we think about homeschooling our kids.
Like if we were to do it
What do we think about homeschooling in general?
in general, yeah, I think it works really well for some families and some you have to have the right parent and the right kid.
I think it needs to be done right. I think I've seen too many examples of parents that are homeschooling and not keeping the bar high enough for their kids. Not trying to reading. I've seen really struggles in many cases, in writing. So as long as you can give them good, authentic experiences and keep their skills high enough, then I think that's where you need to be. And there's a lot of good co-ops.
Yes, I have seen homeschooling done so well, right? Like some of my friends did it, and they just killed it. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm not good enough to do that. I never felt like I could do it, right? Wait, I thought you were reading on that.
Oh, well,
What
I
happened?
keep going back and forth.
You go back and forth.
I feel like I'm looking down.
Oh, okay. Uruguay. Yeah. What would we do in Uruguay? Hike? Are there mountains there?
Southern Uruguay. It's down
Yeah.
towards Patagonia.
Okay, don't see any questions on the screen at the moment, so I'm going to take a drink.
I think a good deal is for family cruises of a family of 8.
Oh my gosh, 8. Okay, I can tell you what we did for our cruise, and it was still expensive-ish, but it was cheaper. So we waited for a deal, and the deal that we got is buy one, the second is 60% off, and kids sell free. Kids is 12 and under, or under 12, or something like that. So our youngest two, we didn't pay for those, and it was like, we paid full price for me and Dave, and then Haley and Andrew were 60% off, and then the two little ones were free, right? So that's one of the best deals that I saw. Book early. This is what I understand. But like the earlier you are on the booking, like a year out, the cheaper it is.
I learned Spanish by living in the Dominican Republic for 2 years.
Yep. Yes, I've done canning videos. They're old and probably cringy, and the video quality is awful. But yes, I have. Masters in Ed Tech. Wait, is that what you did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good
Who's
job.
that?
Roxy Kelly, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. He likes the new gadgets. New phone as soon as they come out, I'm telling you. Oh, man. We've been on here a long time.
Yeah, it's probably getting close time to wrap it up.
Yeah. I don't want to bore you guys for too long. No, I have not done a video on homemade cream and mushroom soup. Oh, yeah, you could, Ray, you're right. You could book a cruise, like, at the very last second if there's open spots. That's also true. Family exercise ideas that involves toddlers as well as preteen. We've gone to the park and done, like, ultimate frisbee kind of stuff, soccer kind of stuff, like, just playing cross-country ski. I mean, if you have a place that has snow. How many snow days do our kids get? Not a lot.
I'm pretty sure we have 3.
This year we've had so much snow. So, have you had 3?
3.
3 so far, which is way higher than normal. Like, normally it snows 3 feet, and they're like, we're not canceling school. So the fact that they canceled school at all is kind of goes to show how much snow we've had this year. I have not visited South America yet. Payo, is that?
Is it Pio or is it Playa?
No, it's Payo. Pilates yoga, right?
Oh.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, you're probably not going to be super flexible compared to the other like yogis in the group. So as long as you don't care about that, then that's okay. No, we don't really have any dietary restrictions. Just me on the bananas. Anything else? No, not really. Ryan has some texture issues, but he's mostly fine. Yeah, Jen, you're totally right. I think the only reason, so typically the only reason we have a snow day is if is it negative 20 degrees?
20 below.
It's usually cold.
And snow drifts.
Yeah.
And wind chill.
Yeah, if it's negative 20, including the wind chill, they'll cancel school. But for snow, almost never. The reason they did this year is because we had a ton, and the wind was blowing so hard, it created all of these drifts over the road that they couldn't plow in time for the buses to go and pick up the kids. And so, like, the drifts were too big. So it's rare, but it's been a very, very, very snowy winter. It's like, I'm over it. Can we say that I'm over it? I'm over it. In fact,
Someone asked the question, like, how can we keep our family, for frugal, cheap ways, active during the winter? And I'll say, we struggle with that.
yes, we do struggle with that. Here are some ideas in my town. Make really good friends with the local business owners of kid-appropriate facilities. For example, one of my best friends owns the gymnastic gym in town. And so if I'm like, hey, you got any open gym passes? I do not ask her very much, like twice a year. She's like, yeah, come over.
We've been taking the boys to play basketball.
Yes, we are Jim Gaffigan fans. Yeah, we can go use the college facilities a lot. So, like, they have a pool, they have basketball courts, indoor tennis,
Indoor tennis.
indoor vault, like volleyball.
We signed up Andrew for cross-country skiing, which
Andrew-
was cheap.
Andrew did cross-country ski through the city. It was $20 for 6 weeks. So it was super cheap. What else did we do? I bought a punch pass, not this year, but previous years, to the indoor trampoline park, because on Black Friday they were like 60% off. So I did spend like $100, and then we can go 7 times. So I thought that was a deal. I resemble that comment. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Now I want a banana. What? Why you gotta be hating like that? Yeah, that's true. Nina, about the Southerners not driving on the snow. So I'm a Southerner. And when I came up to college in Idaho and met Dave, he told me I had to learn to drive on the snow. And so he took me in his car, which was a stick. I'm sorry, are you eating biscuits? They're good. They're really good. Okay, he took me into an empty parking lot that had like snow and ice all over, and he made me drive, and he'd like, okay, turn, and then pull the e-brake so to spin it, and he's like, all right, get out of the turn. Anyway, we spent a while in that parking lot spinning like this so I could learn how to drive in the snow. It helped. Yes, Megan, we are Brian Regan fans as well. 2 cookies.
We went to a Brian Regan concert.
We did see Brian Regan live. That was great. We were gonna see Jim Gaffigan live because he was coming at Pocatello, I think, and that was like fairly close-ish for us. But the tickets were like $150 a person, and I'm like, and we're not going, or like 180. It was astronomical. I ate his. I ate your biscuit, so
You
you're
did eat my biscuit.
you're allowed to have one.
We can go back and look at the video evidence.
You're right. You're right. Do we do shooting sports? Like skeet shooting? Or like hunting? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's
No.
typically shooting sports, not
Like-
like basketball shooting.
I'm asking like skeet shooting,
Yeah, typically.
like clay pigeons?
Yeah.
I have done it in the past, but not in a long time. Groupon and Rakuten. Wanda, are you new to my channel? You must not have been here very long. Yes, indeed. It's like everything I love in shopping. Every time your husband talks, he reminds me of someone I know, and I finally figured it out. Steve Carell from The Office.
I have been told that once or twice.
Really?
I have.
I don't know that that's a compliment.
Paintball. We've never done too much paintballing.
No, I don't think I've done it ever, actually. Are you close to your work? Yeah, Dave rides his bike most of the time. It's a mile, which is amazing. Groupon, nah. They have good stuff sometimes. I think you have to know your prices, though, right? Like, once I called a place, I was going to do a horseback riding thing, a Groupon thing. And,
Oh, sorry. Is it your foot?
yeah, it's my foot. What was I saying? Groupon, horseback riding. Okay, so I called the horseback riding place because their website wasn't very good. And I was like, hey, I found this Groupon. I was trying to find some information. And she was like, look, Groupon's going to take 30%. Why don't I just give you the 30% off and just book it with me? And I'm like, yeah, all right. So, I mean, you could like... Sure, Jen. I don't know that that'll be worth anything, but sure. When are you going to make merch? You need to make something. Should call it, these are the lies we tell ourselves. I'll buy it.
Do you have a meal you go to when you have nothing planned?
Some go-tos I have are taco salad's kind of a go-to. Chili's kind of a go-to.
And our little quesadillas. Those quesadillas could be a go-to.
Oh,
We could always have tortillas in the house. We could always
yeah,
try
I
different
don't make
things.
them a ton though, but yeah, quesadillas are easy. I almost always have tortillas. In fact, I probably have 4 packages in my freezer right
Can
now.
I just say, I gotta interrupt for a second.
Yeah,
When
there's
we-
something in my eye.
Christine rarely repeats meals. She always has a plan, and she'll cook something for me, and I think it's the first time I've ever had it. She's like, "You said you loved this last time." And I'm like, "When was that? 2 years ago?"
Okay, mister, can't remember where you put your keys.
No, that has happened multiple times.
Andrew,
So
don't you have to do something?
Christine
right now?
always has food meals planned and prepped days, weeks, months in advance sometimes. And so we're rarely looking for a go-to meal is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Nina, Jen needs to make a salad spinner shirt. Yeah. I would buy that. Only if Jen autographed it, though. For sure. Great Wolf Lodge, dude, there's not one even a little close to me. I'm talking 13 hours away. Like, it's very sad. It looks fun, but unless Great Wolf Lodge decides to sponsor a trip for me, we're not going. I actually have not made homemade jambalaya, which my mom says is very stupid because it's a lot like gumbo, and I've made homemade gumbo, so I probably should. I just like the mixes so much because they're very convenient, and they taste really good. I'm loving all these Jen merch ideas. These are great. Wash your chicken shirt. Oh my gosh, these are hilarious.
Are they giving you ideas for more merch?
No, they're giving Jen ideas for merch, and they're so funny. Like, they're really, really funny. Okay. I lost the question. Okay, found it. Top cash back. Yes. I got like $15 or $20 back from them, and then the rest of the time, they're just kind of meh for me. So it's not one I go to. But, oh, sorry. I will say that you can't balance like more than 3, right? It's too much. So just pick a couple and stick with the couple. Otherwise, you're just overwhelming. Like, you're overwhelmed. Jen Chapin?
No, look.
Oh, the question. It's Jen Chapin. I was going to say we're talking about her, but she's here, so we're talking next to her, I guess. Yes, I used to use Swag Bucks, but kind of same as Top Cashback for me. Like, I got 1 or 2 gift cards, but it's okay. My favorite show is Friends. Die hard Friends fan. If I have any choice of any show, I'm going to watch Friends. Are there any ones that I similarly like, Dave? I like cop shows. Right? Cop shows.
We've had different runs. We've done Bones and we did...
All of the cop shows.
Yeah.
Right? CSI, cop show. Bones, cop show. The Mentalist, cop show. What was Castle?
Crime scene
Cop
dramas. Yeah.
Right? Like all the cop shows. Numbers, cop show. Chuck, also a cop show.
Psych.
And Psych. Yeah. I got started on YouTube to do a business class, actually, randomly enough. A Country Life is here. Sweet. Where is she? I spin to you. That is genius. I love it. What's my favorite weather? Summer. Summer is my favorite weather. Person of Interest was so good, right? I love that. I have not seen the 911 show. I can only watch so many shows, right? And right now, my shows are YouTube. I am watching Chuck right now. Oh, a little bit. The Mentalist. Yes, I love The Mentalist. Criminal Minds. Yes, I'm in season 6-ish. It's gotten to the point where like all of the episodes are gross, right? So I watch an episode and I'm like, oh, gross. They're snapping her arms back behind her for torture, and I just can't do that. $911 all the way. You guys like that, huh? All right, I'll have to put it on the list. Oh, I've seen The Rookie. Yeah, I watched the whole first season. Wait, how many seasons are there? Yes, I love Bones as well. I did do a whole 0 spend month, and I want to say that was January of 2017. That was very hard. Yes, I've seen the first Pitch Perfect. That's the only one I saw. When do you find the best deals? Time of the day. What is up with the water over here? Alias. I watched the first 2 seasons of Alias and got bored. That's the problem. Dave, chime in here on the me getting bored with a TV show or movie.
The problem is we get to watch like 1 episode a week, and so...
What, you mean like it used to be?
we get disinterested quickly.
I feel like I get disinterested more than everyone else. Like, I'm always like...
Your brain's caught up in YouTube.
I'm like this all the time. Hang on, I'm going to go back up. I didn't answer that question. Best time of the day for deals is morning, like 9 a.m. Depending on the day, you might have to ask the people in your store. I also loved Gilmore Girls. Not the reboot, the original. Favorite book series? Ender's Game. Hands down.
If you ask me that, I would take forever to answer.
You haven't read all of Ender's Game, that's why. Ender's Game, hands down. Best book series, my favorite.
Well, you haven't read half the series that I've read.
That's true. That's true. Favorite author? I can't pick a favorite.
I don't like that question.
Is
either.
that cheating? I can't pick a favorite.
I like Rick Riordan. He's good.
Okay, this is interesting. As someone who eats rice on each meal for 3 times a day, do you feel full with oats for breakfast, sandwich, or a burger for lunch? Because a meal without rice is a snack for us. We don't eat rice at every meal. I think that's more of a cultural thing. Well, if I have like oatmeal and eggs, yeah, I'll feel full. If the burger's big enough, yes, I will feel full.
We just say we don't eat burgers for lunch.
Yeah, we don't eat burgers for lunch, so that's not really a thing, I guess. I've seen Flav City, but I haven't watched him, if that makes sense. Like, he's pushed into my suggestions all the time, but I have never actually watched a video. Yes, Chronicles of Narnia. Yes. Tied for favorite book series ever. Absolutely. If I eat rice, I get hungry in an hour. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Would I rather read or watch the movie? If there's an option for both, I would rather read it. Except for Lord of the Rings. I enjoy the movies better than the books. Don't hate me. I just, like, all the songs and the language stuff is hard for me to get through.
Does he need to go to the bathroom?
Your son looks like my twin. I know, right? He's like me, but a boy.
Hi.
Yes. Percy Jackson is great. I agree. Sorry, guys. I got something in my eye again. I get stuff in my eye like all the time. Yes, John Grisham is excellent. I've read a lot of his stuff. Okay, I'm going to stay on for like 4 more minutes, and then I got to get the chuckleheads in bed. Okay, Jen, you're making me want to go watch him now, because I've actually never watched one of his videos, so I don't know what kind of oils he's worried about all the time. But now I want to be in the know. I need the tea. Oh, Nicole, fantastic. I'm glad your KitchenAid handled the cinnamon bread. So did you just do the regular batch, like with the 2 loaves? Because I don't know that it could handle the 4 loaves, like the Bosch can. Because the Bosch can handle 4 loaves. Okay. But I have not read The Golden Compass. No, I did see the movie. I didn't think it was bad. But I hadn't read the book either, so. Tyler, do you have something to say?
I remember watching The Golden Compass.
Yeah, we watched it with everybody. I do have a video coming up tomorrow. It is a cooking video. I know I haven't done one of those in a couple days, so I hope you're excited about that. It is not going to be one you're going to want to miss, because if you can have these recipes in your arsenal, you will impress everybody, I'm telling you. They're going to be good. I had a fun time filming them. You guys tried the white chicken chili, the one that I like made up and threw in the crock pot? Dave liked that one, especially because I put olives all over it, right? The white chicken chili. That one went quick. Airfryer recipes. Okay, so here you go. You open a bag of frozen French fries and you dump it in, and then you turn it on. But That's why you're here. That's what got me 100,000 subscribers. That excellent piece of knowledge right there. Yes, I have made homemade pizza dough for sure. I've never found one I've really liked. Andrew, they're asking, what do my kids think of the success of the channel? What do you think?
I am surprised about how quickly it grew in January.
I thought he was going to be like, I'm surprised about it. I mean, she's just my mom. Yes, everybody was surprised about how quickly it grew in January. I don't think anyone expected that.
Oh, I did not do this on purpose, but Rick Riordan.
Someone already commented on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people in the comments said that they liked that. Have I seen any true crime documentaries? I don't like olives. I hate olives, but my husband likes olives. So. If I'd known beforehand, that would have been a deal breaker. That's a joke. I don't really mean that. Yeah, the crusty bread, I'm telling you, that is a winner. I cannot believe how many people liked that video. Like, not the 1 million viewed video. Well, that one too. I was surprised about that. But I made the crusty bread recipe video afterwards because I had so many people messaging me about it. So I was like, oh, let's do a video. And then it'll answer all the questions. And none of my dedicated recipe videos have ever done so well. It's amazing.
Do a series on taking a meal to someone on a budget.
Well, I just did the meal I took to Courtney, which was the no-knead bread and the bean soup, the pureed bean soup, right? And like a salad. Super cheap. Really, really good. She was so funny. She texted me and she was like, hey, other than potatoes, what are in this soup? And I'm like, there's no potatoes in this soup. She's like, what? What is it? That was pretty funny. If you had to choose between olives and mushrooms, what would I choose? For me to eat, I would choose mushrooms over olives. At least I can stomach those, although they're kind of slimy when they're cooked, so I don't know what that's about. Oh, Kathy, it hasn't turned out yet. Okay. I'll give you 2 more minutes, and then I gotta go get ready for bed.
I'm adorable.
Airfryer. What? Oh. Oh, what a weird statement to make. I am so good looking. Dave, do you like Kalamata olives?
I don't know what those are.
Those are the like purpley red ones.
Oh, yes.
Yes, do you like those? Yeah. They're like, those are the good ones. Would I recommend stocking up on basics and staples in an event? It depends on if you don't have any other issues going on, I guess. Yeah, stocking up on a couple things is probably a good idea. Dude, that quinoa salad, Christina, go make it yesterday. It is so great. It is so great. I'm telling you. Jen just posted a video. Well, I'm going to go watch that as soon as I'm done with this. Hey, Tyler, they asked what my kids thought of my YouTube success. So what do you think? Here, Tyler, scooch in. Tyler's 10 years old. He looks exactly like my husband, by the way. Like, exactly.
He looks closer to Dad.
I don't know. Tyler looks pretty much like that. Hey, what do you think of the YouTube success? What does that mean to you?
I don't exactly know.
He doesn't even know.
Well, think about it this way. How much subscribers did Mom have in, like, at the beginning of January? How much was it?
I went from 30,000 on January 1st to 100,000
Yeah.
yesterday.
It was very surprising.
How has life changed in the last month and a half since
There.
Mom got famous on YouTube?
I wish people would stop saying
How has
that.
life changed? Has it changed at all?
Well, I don't really know.
Do we have new cars in the garage? Do we eat any differently?
No.
Have we gone out to eat a lot?
No.
No.
It hasn't really changed.
Were me and my siblings close growing up? Yes, very, very much so.
Did you see this one? How much in advance do you film content, and how do you come up with so many ideas on videos?
It depends on the video. Like, for example, the extreme budget one I'm filming right now is kind of a 2-week process, and you'll understand that better once you see it. But there was like an interview, I had to shop for it, and then cook for it, and the cooking process is taking a very, very long time. And then I have to edit it, which is also taking a long time. So I would say that's probably my longest at about 2 weeks, right? Usually, like the one you'll see tomorrow, I recorded today. But I also recorded a different one today that you'll see next week. So 1 to 2, like 1 day up to 2 weeks, depending on the video. It's an interesting question. And how do I come up with so many ideas? I will say once the channel started taking off, and I get a lot of ideas from you guys, like in the comments, because you want to see something specific. So I have a notebook where I like jot ideas, and I have 3 pages full of ideas that I haven't even filmed yet. So like I don't even have enough time to film all of the ideas I have. So it's as long as I can find the time to film everything, you're not running out of content anytime soon. They like that their allowance has been raised. Has your allowance been raised?
No.
No.
It's the same.
It's the same.
Except for some weeks she forgets to pay us, so she does double.
Yeah, sometimes.
When-
Okay, you two need to go brush teeth and get ready for bed.
Like,
Off you go.
it's hard.
Off you go. Okay. Oh yeah, that decluttering video, I'll never do that again. that video kicked my butt.
I decluttered for 365
I'm not-
days.
I'm not gonna do that. The extreme meals of week 1. A lot of it is stuff we already eat. Like that chicken and rice casserole dish, we've always eaten that. Like, always. My grandpa made that. And my mom made it all the time. And the beans and rice dish that I make that. Like, I've been making that for my family forever. Even Andrew was like, this is the best batch of beans and rice you've ever made, Mom. So, I mean, the only one they weren't super excited about was the spaghetti without meat in it, because I typically add, like, meat and cheese and salad on the side and garlic bread or whatever. But they ate it, and they were, especially the little kids, like, they didn't care so much. And once Haley realized she liked fresh apples with oatmeal, she was very excited about it. So it wasn't actually too bad, because it's stuff we already eat. It's not like I was like making up weird crap. Some of it was a little weird, but they were our meals we've had before. Okay, I gotta go. It's not time to pick up Haley yet, but I do need to finish editing the video for tomorrow so you guys can see a video tomorrow. So, no, I have not seen the John Travolta movie, Fanatic. I have not. Okay, so if there's no last minute questions, I'm gonna head out in like 60 seconds. But don't worry, I am going to put this recipe down in the description box as soon as this is over and processed. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. You need to go make these biscuits. You need to go subscribe to my friend Jen and go watch her video that she just posted, Jen Chapin. She was in here like the whole time. She's so funny. And I love you guys. Thanks for supporting me, hanging out with me on my channel. It's still mind-boggling to me that so many people want to hang out, but I think it's really fun. So let's have a great 2020, and thank you one more time, and good night.